Hello and welcome to day number 8, I suppose, December 8th. I'm just gonna play with some background here because it's hard to find a corner where I can go undisturbed. So I'm just gonna see if this works or if it cuts too much of me out. So hello and welcome to December 8th. Now I'm gonna read from the book, which you cannot see at all. Here it is, The Magic Tales. And I'm just going to pick a story that is called The Old Wise One. I'm playing with the background here, so I hope it's not going to disturb you. Just lean back, close your eyes, and listen to this little story. It's called The Old Wise One. In the deep, deep forests of forever lived the Old Wise One. Nobody had seen him for ages, and to most others he was merely a myth. Everywhere in the small houses, the little ones were told magnificent tales of his doing. Oh, sweeties, did you know that it was the old wise one who gave us back the rainbow when we had hurt its feelings and made it go away? Oh, really? Tell us a story, please. He was probably most famous for his The Outlines on How to Get Along on the Planet Earth, an agreement on caring behavior between all living, including trees and plants, lakes and waterfalls, treaty, through the making of which he had consulted every living creature for its opinion. What an awkwardly long title, you may think. Yes, but the wisest was very thorough and he wanted to make sure that all were to be mentioned. Had anybody actually seen him at all? Others asked each other, and years went by. No, the wise one was not a myth. He cared genuinely for all of life on earth, and he had plenty to do, being about and visiting all his friends. He had become so acquainted with all life that any life would let him morph with it and whenever he wanted to. So if he wanted to go somewhere specific or experience something extraordinary, he could just morph with whatever creature he felt like. As he morphed himself around the premises, he felt the power and the strength of the tiger. He felt the weightlessness of the fish and the feathering feeling of the bird. When tired, he morphed with the ground, thinking that there would be no better place to rest with comfort than amongst the roots of the grand trees. And whenever he wanted to see the sky, he morphed with the tallest of the trees to get close to the blue sky. Oh, you might ask, if he can become one with anything, why doesn't he just become one with the sky itself? That's a typical question from a human. That would be his response, and he would pause for a minute and then go, I have tried it all, and I find that the sky is most beautiful from the top of precisely those tall trees. So one day he was assigned with a task. A bunch of very important people from the council came to visit. They were in need of his services, having set out to look for him, not really knowing if he was real or not. They had fancy wagons and stuff, beautiful robes and expensive gadgets. They were not at all used to the wild and untamable forest. One of their servants got lost, and they never found him again. Rumors had it that he had fallen in love with an elvish woman and didn't want to be found. But that's a different story. The head of the council showed immense gratitude as he met the wise one, hiding the fact that at some point he may have doubted his existence. We need your help in an urgent matter, he uttered. The wisest looked up, not at all bewildered by the fancy robes and glittery gadgets. Really? You are the only one who can help. Humans have come to live on Earth, and they are famous for not being able. You are the only one who can help. Humans have come to Earth to live, and they are famous for not being able to live in harmony with each other. Will you go and teach them? Well, 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 as you can imagine, the wisest accepted this task. The preparations for his departure went on for days. Then, on the first day of his new life, the wise one stood before the huge crowd which had come to say farewell. The head of the council raised his hand to silence the crowd and said to the wisest, "As you enter the world of human beings, you will look like them, walk like them, eat, sleep, and love like them. For many, many years you will be known as a human being. But when the timing is right, and you will know when that is, you will remember your origin. You should, as you enter the world of human beings, you will look like them, walk like them, eat, sleep, and love like them. For many, many years you will be known as a human being. But when the timing is right, and you will know when this is, you will remember your origin. You shall recall the purpose of your task, and you will know which action to take. Just one last thing before you head off. You shall choose a name for yourself in the human world." The wisest paused for a bit and said, "They shall all know me as Mr. Alan Wilson for sure." And off he went to a new adventure, his biggest ever. And that was a magical imprint of Alan back in 2012. 2012, there's no such thing. And this little story was made. So this little story, so this short story was written from the magic essence of Alan. Thank you so much, Alan. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow.